Roy, I've been, I guess it's been about a month now since I've been listening to you, and you make a whole lot of sense, and I know that the things you're saying and I heard were coming from God. And I have been searching around for a while, and I went to different, places, and I learned about God. I knew, that I was born again, but
born again turkey is still a turkey.
Well, anyway, it was.
Remember that.
It's. I knew the word. I understood where God was and where I was at, but it was very hard to get that personal relationship with Him, And probably I wouldn't even be here now if you didn't have something that God gave you to give us, and that's that meditation. I mean, I know that is right from God, and I know that if anyone wants to get a personal relationship with God and get away from all the distractions of the world and
become infilled.
Right, and get that just personal love from God to give and to receive, and know what that love is, and be quiet and receive it. As churches and Christians say, well, get quiet with God. Well, this is really getting quiet with God when you sit down and meditate by yourself.
But see, the churches don't teach this quietness. They give you something to be busy with all the time, don't they? Studying, doing something for the church, going 2 by 2 from door to door, picnics. They keep you busy all the time. They talk about the truth, but they don't introduce you. Jesus criticized all of the religious leaders of his time for having the key of knowledge but throwing them away, not letting anybody enter into themselves. See how he said that? You have the key of knowledge, but you won't let anybody enter them into themselves. That's your fault, because you yourself, you want to be worshipped as the authority. You want to be put up on a pedestal, and you want to be the direction of people's lives, and they feel important giving directions. You stop somebody on the street. Say, excuse me, could you tell me where Seahorse Avenue is? And they'll, let me see now. They love giving directions. They love being important. They love telling everybody what to do. And even though they don't know how to tell you what to do, they'll invent it. You ask your dad a question, and he doesn't like to admit he doesn't know. One, he'll make you think you're crazy and tell you, shut up. It's a stupid question when it's a sensible one. Or he'd rather than admit he doesn't know, he'd invent something. He'll lie to you, invent it. People are such immense egotists, egomaniacs. They don't like to be wrong. And they'd rather see you dead than admit you're wrong. They'd rather see you confused than to see themselves confused. And they'll confuse you with their confusion. To plant that seed in you and take you away from God and make you a brainchild. Let's see, a person seeking direction from the outside. We've all been traumatized. We're all children of trauma. We're all children of original trauma, seeking the original trauma reassurances from the trauma source. Once you become traumatized, you will seek the reassurances from the very thing that traumatized you. That's why we're all in love with sin.